After the HR admin setup, we have the asset management module, where we manage all the assets within the company. This module includes three submodules: asset type, assets, and asset return. First is asset types, where we can view a list of all the different types of assets available in the company, showing the specific asset name, total item count, and its current status. We can also add a new asset type using the Add Asset Type button in the top right corner. Second is assets, which displays a complete list of all company assets along with details like the asset name, its type, whether it is working or not, if it is available or assigned to someone, and we can use the Add Asset button at the top to add any new asset. Third is asset return, where we can track which assets have been returned, which employee returned them, the asset name, the return date, and the return status. Right next to the return section, there is a maintenance option where we can monitor and view all details regarding asset maintenance. Following that is the content management module, where we manage and update all the content displayed on the company portal. It shows each content item's title and type, allowing you to view the actual text using the content option, update existing text with the edit icon, or add entirely new content by clicking the Add Content button at the top. Next is the support module, which displays the company's support ticket list with the title, submission date, the name of the person requesting support, their branch, department, and the current ticket status. After that is the attendance methods module, which tracks exactly how employees check in, offering three distinct types of check ins through router or through NFC or through QR. There are three submodules: router, NFC, and QR. In the router submodule, we can see who logged in via the office network, along with details like the router BSS ID, branch name, company name, and status. And you can register a new router with its branch and BSS ID using the Add Router button. The second submodule is NFC, allows you to view the list of employees who checked in using NFC scanning. The third submodule is QR, displays the list of attendees who scanned the QR code showing the branch name, title, and the QR image itself. And you can generate a new code using the Add QR button by entering the branch name and QR title. Finally, we have the last module, which is settings, allowing you to control the system's overall configurations through 8 submodules. First is roles and permissions, where you can view all company roles and their statuses or create a new role using the Add Role button. Second is general settings, used to manage and update high-level portal configurations like attendance radius limits, award display limits, and records per page. Third is app settings, where you can toggle specific mobile app configurations on or off, such as authorized login requirements, 24-hour time formats, and RTL layout support for leave approvals. Fourth is notification, which displays a history of notifications with their titles, published dates, types, descriptions, and statuses, and lets you broadcast a new notification using the Create Notification button. Fifth is payment currency, where you select your payroll's primary currency, whether it is Indian rupees, dollars, or any other currency. Sixth is feature control, which dictates the mobile app's interface by enabling or disabling what components are visible to users, such as toggling the asset tracking visibility. Seventh is the fiscal year submodule, where you can view the company's fiscal year or add a new fiscal year using the Add Fiscal Year button. Eighth is theme color, which allows you to customize the portal's entire visual design, letting you configure both light and dark themes along with their specific primary and hover color.